Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie. For those of you who may be new here, welcome. I am using the adorable little Twin Stars tarot deck today. Even though I got the Couture tarot deck yesterday on Christmas. My mom got me this amazing deck that I found recently, done by this artist Megan Skinner. It's amazing. It's all based on couture, different designers and whatnot, and I'm just kind of breaking in that new deck as it unfolds. I have a method that I use breaking in all my new decks. But speaking of which, I hope everybody had a lovely Christmas yesterday, or if you don't celebrate it, I still hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. As I mentioned, I am a tarot reader. I can answer any of your questions. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. Please go to a professional in both those areas or either of those areas if that is something that you are questioning. But beyond that, all my donation information can be found at the top of the chat, in the body of the chat, and in the information of the video. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on, and I have all of my things that I need to utilize that. If a mediumship reading is something you are interested in, all my information for that can be found in the chat right now. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings, in addition to being able to answer any of your questions with the exception of medical or legal questions. I love offering my soulmate confirmation reading. It's pretty self-explanatory. We ask your spirit guides if someone in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours, and if they are, what kind of soulmate they are, what capacity. Or alternatively, we can always ask your spirit guides if they give their general blessing towards someone in your life. And when they do, it's a big deal and typically hard to get spirit's blessing towards someone in our life. So when you do get it, I wouldn't take it lightly. It's definitely a big deal. I also offer past life regression. I've been studying past life regression therapy since I was very, very young. And I offer past life readings really with any kind of intention, so long as it's ultimately beneficial to you, which I believe all past life regression is. But, I mean, we can ask for spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that's most relevant to your life right now and the challenges that you may be facing. We can ask spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that was the most challenging past life that could perhaps instill a jolt of gratitude in your life right now, or to possibly explain a particular fear or interest that you've always questioned in your life that you could never really explain or find any reasoning behind. Usually past lives will illustrate that. It's really, really quite fascinating. And as I mentioned earlier, I answer all sorts of questions. As long as it's not medical or legal, I can answer it. And I do get a lot of romance questions, a lot of questions revolving around love. And a lot of people come to me asking what are so-and-so's thoughts towards me, or their feelings, or their intentions. And for that, and for beyond romantic reasons, I do recommend my TFI spread. Answers 3 questions in one, answers what their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions are towards you, in addition to looking into your current energies and their current energies as well. And it doesn't have to just be someone who you regard romantically or amorously in your life. I've definitely done TFI readings for people's coworkers, neighbors, family members, you name it. It's just a pretty thorough, comprehensive rundown as to what someone's energies are towards you, their regards. I also offer private readings. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment only. If that is something you are interested in, it's done over Zoom, and you can see the cards, you can see me, hear me, I can hear you, and you can give me all of the backstory and context that you feel is necessary. We can answer as many individual questions as you like. There's no limitation to that. There's no limitation to the number of cards that I can pull for you. And if we need to go beyond our slotted time, we can do that if time is permitted. But yeah, I highly recommend those for everybody. I think those are great. But then I also offer them at no additional donation amount, either over voice memos, over DMs on Instagram, or typed over email. And those are really more for reasons of both discretion but also convenience. If you don't see me online, or if you have a question you need me to answer immediately, or like I mentioned, in privacy, then you can always just send me your donation. Remember to attach your question as well. I can't foresee that. And I can get back to you at the very latest in 24 hours, but I can usually do it in about 2 to 3 hours. Answer your question, that is. And I am also still offering my yearly readings that I offer every year for the upcoming year. Of course, these are for 2026, 2 cards for every month, so 24 cards in total. And yeah, these yearly annual readings are always fascinating. They definitely outline the things that are more, not, I don't want to say set in stone, but kind of are intrinsically bound to happen based on your energies right now, and ways in which you can prevent certain things from happening and encourage other things to definitely happen. It's really about energies, current energies, and how those current energies do dictate, not set in stone, but do dictate a lot of how our future will unfold, and how our present actions are really the determination of what's going to happen in our future. Those are really, really fascinating. I highly recommend getting a 2026 reading. I will be offering those until the 15th of January. I will be out of the country from the 5th of January to the 26th of January, so I don't know how often I will be going online, or and what my times are always kind of scattered when I'm out of the country because of time zone differences. I'm always doing private readings. I always do private readings even when I'm traveling. I always have a deck of cards with me. So if you have a question that needs to be answered while I am gone, you can always just send your donation. I can, like I mentioned earlier, get back to you in 24 hours if you don't see me online for whatever reason. But yeah, I just thought I would make that announcement as well. So yeah, that means that are you doing reading at the moment, or is this a discussion? Hi, JD. No, I'm not doing a reading right now. I'm actually just finishing up my spiel for my tarot readings. So the donation queue is currently open. Whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you so very much. Hi, Yvette. Welcome, and thank you so much. Thank you so very much, Yvette, for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Does the outlook for this evening look well? With some somewhat distant friends, I'll be going on my own with them. Sure, you want to see how this evening will go with some friends of yours, ancient masters and spirit guides. How will the outlook for Yvette's evening look like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook for Yvette's evening end up looking like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook for Yvette's evening end up looking like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook of Yvette's evening end up looking like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook of Yvette's evening end up looking like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook of Yvette's evening end up looking like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook of Yvette's evening look like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook of Yvette's evening look like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook of Yvette's evening end up looking like? Ancient masters and spirit guides, how will the outlook of Yvette's evening look like? Okay, we have the Star, we have the Devil, 10 of Swords, Knight of Swords, and 6 of Swords reverse. Are these friends from your past, did you say, Yvette? Somewhat distant friends, you'll be going on your own with them. Excuse me. Overall, I see things flowing in a pretty positive direction with this Star card here. I see the conversation flowing well amongst you and your friends. I also see that here with this Knight of Swords. There's definitely a like-minded energy between you and them. And I see some of those bonds strengthening tonight as well with this 6 of Swords reversed and the Devil. But not with all. I see you be getting closer with some of these folks. And other people I've known on more of a surface level base. Okay. Yeah, I see things getting deeper with some of them. And I see things kind of just remaining where they're at with a few, but overall, I see things going very well with you and these people tonight. I see you, and I think this kind of, I don't know how many people you're going to be hanging out with, but I've noticed that this tends to happen, especially if I'm hanging out as like a single like individual with a group of friends. I'll tend to like gravitate towards like one or two people, um, and kind of develop a closeness with them as opposed to, I don't know how many people you're hanging out with, but say there's like 4 or 5 people, like you'll probably end up finding that you're gonna find a closer attachment with a couple of them. Um, it doesn't scare me here in the context of everything else that I'm seeing. I don't see something coming to an end. I just see a bond that's not, like I told you. I feel like it's going to strengthen. On one hand, it's going to strengthen some of these bonds. On another hand, it's going to help you realize that with some of them, there isn't really much past the surface level. But you are going to see with some of them that there is. You actually do have quite a bit in common with them. Um, Hi, Debbie O, Texas Virgo, welcome. Like good 4 to 5, great. Hi, Crystal Ray, welcome. Okay, wonderful. Um, yeah, it's more like just discovering that, yeah, there's a reason why some of them, it's only remained on the surface level because there isn't much. But it's not like there's any like animosity or anything, or something coming to an end. It's just like realization that um, you have the potential for a deeper friendship with some of them than others. You know, yes, the girl that's inviting me is a Cancer, and I'm a Cancer rising. Okay, interesting. And I feel like it may not be her who you end up getting close with tonight. Oddly enough, that tends to happen too in situations that I notice. Like I'll think that I'm going to be attached to like the person who organized it, and then they end up like introducing me to someone else that I end up having like more things in common with. But that's not to say that you won't develop a closeness with her, but she might be kind of not wrangling people, but like because she like kind of organized this, I feel like she's going to be kind of like a middler, like getting people to like talk to one another and whatnot, and socializing people kind of, which is a good thing. Everyone needs that person in social situations, and I feel like that's very much her. I feel like things are going to flow in a good direction with you and her as well. But I feel like you're going to be surprised by someone who you didn't know previously in the group. I think you're going to develop a closer bond with them. Gotcha. Yeah, and that's definitely happened to me. It happened to me somewhat recently. I went out to dinner with a group of friends. I really didn't know most of them, but one, and I just figured that I'd be with her most of the night. But I ended up befriending 2 new ladies that evening. So they can go other directions. Hello, and thank you for your donation. Sure, Daisy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And your question was, can I please have a mini reading on who I will marry forever? I'm trying to manifest someone, but I'm not sure if the universe is on my side. That's a very difficult question to answer, Share Daisy, because for a number of reasons. One, 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So I'm not trying to be negative when I say that, but that's just the case. That's just how things are. You're going to mingle. Right on, Yvette. That's what's up. I think you're going to have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much, Yvette. I appreciate you. I don't know why my chat is not working on both my phone and my laptop, but we will deal with that. So yeah, it's not an impossible question for me to answer, Share Daisy. But it's difficult for a number of reasons. One, like I mentioned, 50% of all marriages do end in divorce. So to ask who is gonna be your forever person to marry, you might actually end up marrying more than one person. That's not uncommon. It's not ideal, I know, but it does happen. And if we were able to just totally prevent it from happening, then, or if I were to be able to prevent it from happening, I would be a bajillionaire, but it's just not possible. And tarot is really about reading current energies. So tarot is really going to pick up who you will likely be with next for a sustained amount of time. Now, sure, Daisy, so you said you're trying to manifest someone in your life right now. Are you like actively dating right now? Are you putting yourself out there? Are you or are you in a position or an environment where you meet a lot of new people that could be potential new suitors in your life? Because that's also going to really dictate who comes into your life. Because I mean, marriage is out there for all of us. There's potential for us to meet someone for everyone to meet someone special, but it's usually it's usually a matter of the more people that we are able to expose ourselves to, the faster we can often find a partner. And yeah, the navigating the current dating landscape is also very difficult. I understand. It's not as traditional as it was back in the day. People hardly even meet at work nowadays, which is crazy. That used to be just like how people would meet. So if I'm to ask this question, there are going to be some like determining factors based on how you're living your life right now, love. I think the wisest thing would be to ask Spirit, are you on the right path to meeting someone for the long haul? Are you like doing all the right things to manifest that happening in your life? And we just received a donation from Miss Crystal Ray. Thank you, Crystal. I haven't heard, we got a donation from Sure Daisy, and then I haven't seen her in the chat. Sure Daisy, are you here? And thank you so much, Crystal. I don't know if Sure Daisy's here. We could ask in a number of ways, Sure Daisy. We could ask if you're on the right path. We could ask, and we could ask what your next like long-term relationship is likely going to be like, what the person's going to be like. But it's there's also likely going to be more than one option there as well. I know you're trying to tell me, but I'm just very stubborn in making it work with one person. I definitely tried dating and meeting people, but it's not what my soul what is searching for. It feels very specific. Okay. Well, yeah, I hear you, love. Well, you've got to meet people. I mean, if it's going to be a little hard to marry someone if you don't meet someone. You've got to at least meet someone. You know, I know dating can feel like a slog. I 100% know that. I am with you there, and I think everybody kind of feels that way too. But unless you are in like a community of people that where you're able to at least meet new people, I'm not saying that you need to go on dates with people, but it does facilitate getting to know people that are looking for something long-term romantically as well. I think it would be wise to ask if just asking your spirit guides if you are indeed, if they feel like you're on the right course for manifesting the type of love, the very specific type of love that you know, that you said it feels very specific, that you have in mind, that you are trying to manifest in your life. Because it's going to have to be through some sort of conduit, even if it is like online, even if you do meet them through like a chat service or something like that, and not in person. It's still you're still going to have to meet someone new, or someone from your past come back into your life. That's true, but I don't know if you're looking to date anyone from your past. A lot of people aren't. I'm just trying to think of the best. Could I ask if that type of person is on their way? The type of person who you are looking for, if they're on their way, sure, I can ask that. I'm just going to tell you, it's likely going to say no. I hate to tell you that, but just because it's very difficult for people to just show up in our lives. But it's not impossible. It's true. You could meet them at, the grocery store or a coffee shop or something like that. Yeah, let's see if you're basically if they're on their way, angels, messengers, and spirit guides. And what is your sign, Daisy? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides is the type of love Daisy is looking for on their way to Daisy's life. Angels, messengers, and spirits, the type of love Daisy is looking for on their way into Daisy's life. Angels, messengers, and spirits, the type of love Daisy is looking for on their way into Daisy's life. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, the type of love Daisy is looking for on the way into her life. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, the type of love Daisy is looking for on the way into her life. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, the type of love Daisy is looking for on the way into her life. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the type of love Daisy is looking for on the way into her life. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the type of love Daisy is looking for on the way into her life. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the type of love Daisy is looking for on the way into her life. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, is the type of love Daisy is looking for on the way into her life. Capricorn. Oh, no, you're all good. You're all good, love. I just want to make sure I can help you in the best way, you know what I mean? Give me one moment here, sorry. All right, let's see what we have here. We have the World reversed, 10 of Wands reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and King of Pentacles reversed. No, and and unfortunately, you've kind of got to think of it this way, Miss Daisy. Especially looking at this World reversed card. As I mentioned, it's not impossible for the type of person who you're looking for to come into your life. Like I said, you might meet them at the grocery store, you might meet them at a coffee shop, you might meet them, who knows. And I don't know how often you go out and about into the world or even put yourself out and about online, but if you're not showing yourself to the world, he's not going to be able to find you. Your knight in shining armor, or your Knight of Pentacles, so to speak, is not going to be able to march into your life. Kind of think of it this way. Think of yourself like a domino. And every action that we take is more or less in our hands. Everything that happens to us is largely, some of it's fated, but a lot of it has to do with free will and our own actions and us taking advantage of the present moment, every present moment, as hard as it can be. And if you are not setting yourself up in the right position for the domino, the metaphorical other domino, to come into your life and, get the ripple effect going, it's not going to be possible for him or her or them to come into your life and start this new beginning that you're looking for with this Ace of Swords. It's more, it is more in your hands than you would think it is. There's more that you can do to allow for this person to come into your life than you think. And it doesn't have to involve online dating. I know that can just be a knee-jerk solution to wanting to find a partner, and it's not a bad solution at all. It's probably the most effective solution, but it can be a slog. It can be a difficulty that we don't want to deal with. It can be a burden that we don't want to deal with, don't want to shoulder with this 10 of Wands reversed. I get it. I'm about to turn 40, and I'm single myself, and it's hard. Dating is hard. Being in the dating world can be hard. Meeting new people can be hard. But if we're not meeting new people, there's no opportunity to plant that seed for that growth. To find to find your king. And it's interesting, we have both the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles here. Pentacles being materials, Pentacles being work. Knight of Pentacles is the workhorse. The King of Pentacles is working towards his goals. Unfortunately, it can feel like work, putting ourselves out there and trying to meet new people, or at the very least putting ourselves in a position where someone can meet us and introduce themselves to us. Whether that be joining a community of like-minded people that are into the same thing that you're into, the same things that you're into. If you're into like a certain type of art or have a hobby of certain type, joining a group of people, local people that like something similar. It felt a bit draining for some reason, especially dating online. Have you only tried dating once? From my perspective, someone who has dated successfully and then found someone, and then that comes to a close, and then it's time to, get back into the dating world. I've done that whole song and dance quite a few times in my life, and each time has been totally different, I will say. Granted, the landscape has changed over the years. It was very different 20 years ago than it is now. Also, 20 years ago, I was in college, so like I was on campus and I was meeting new guys all the time. I was in new classes all the time. I was going to parties. I was a little social butterfly. I was going to concerts and parties. That was when my dating life was at its peak. It was because I was exposing myself. At the very least, I was putting myself out there inadvertently. I had no choice. I had to go to class, whereas now I have to forcibly put myself out there. Years ago I tried it, took a break. This year I tried to open myself up again, but that feeling came up again. Yeah, I started dating again myself this year. I started around, actually no, I started like the year before last. Didn't really work out too well. Had more success when I started I started dating again spring of this year. Things did not totally all work out, but it wasn't the worst thing in the world. But I will say it's different every single time I try. And there's different levels of success as well. And there's definitely different ways of navigating dating that are really useful too. Different tools, even if it's like talking like ChatGPT or someone like AI to help you navigate that, or even how to navigate dating not online, but facilitating putting yourself out there, allowing people, like being in an environment where it is like you're in college again, where you're like, you don't even, it's almost like you don't have a choice but to put yourself out there. Do you miss it, love, or are you good? I go back and forth. I've kind of put a break on dating over winter because I'm about to travel for a month out of the country starting at the beginning of January. And I kind of just don't like dating during the winter time. And I had a bad experience with someone who was kind of like loco. So I had to just kind of energetically like pull away for a little bit. But I know I'll get back into the swing of things. Probably I'm thinking around April of this year, March of this year. Cause yeah, I want companionship. I want what I believe you're looking for, Daisy. I want that forever person. You know, I want someone who's committed to me. I want someone to grow old with. I want that 10 of Pentacles love, you know. And sadly, a lot of people who are dating that are like my age aren't really looking for that. It's tough. So, but it's not to say that they're not out there at all. It just means I haven't met the right person yet, you know. But yeah, no, of course I'm looking for that soulful partnership, which is what I think you're looking for, hun. I'm sure we're not looking for exactly the same thing, but I'm looking for someone, yeah. And we just received a donation from Kay. Thank you so much, Kay, for your donation. I hope I brought you clarity, Miss Daisy. I think it's, yeah, just putting yourself out, like, you don't have to actively date, but, and this could also just be for you as well, you know, getting involved with like-minded people in your community, meeting new friends is also a good way of meeting new romantic partners, a solid romantic partner, because your friends know you the best, you know. Because of the divorce, right? I hope you find your forever person, be stubborn like me. Absolutely. I feel that I am very stubborn about it. Absolutely. Yeah, no, despite the divorce rates, yeah. And that's the wisdom of the Fool, too, is taking that risk, taking that leap of faith, you know, because if we never take that leap of faith, then we'll never experience that love that we deserve, and you deserve it, and you'll find it. I know you will. And we also just received a donation from Tina. Thank you so much, Tina. Miss Crystal, thank you for your donation, Crystal. It is your turn. Crystal, were you interested in a 10-card reading, or did you want 2 5-card readings? Miss Crystal Ray. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you, thank you. You too, Miss Daisy. You too, love. Thank you. Love and light to you. Crystal, please come to the chat. Thank you. Crystal's here. Thank you, Crystal. Crystal, did you want a 10-card reading, or did you have 2 questions? Two questions, you got it. Please go ahead and post your first question. Thank you. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about my eyelashes. Does anyone in the peanut gallery get eyelash extensions? I've been dabbling with them lately, and they are high maintenance, and I'm not high maintenance. Well, I am, and that's the problem. For my first question, it's a man with the nickname Mississippi. I invited him over tonight. Is he a good person for me? Let's see. Do you know his sign, Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Mississippi a good man for Crystal? Sorry, my parents are watching a football game, soccer game. You don't know. Okay. You don't know him. So this is your first time meeting him, Crystal? We have King of Wands reversed, 7 of Cups reversed, 7 of Swords, King of Swords and 9 of Cups reversed. How did you meet this guy? Spirit's saying no. Spirit's saying he's not, he's not going to hurt you. He tried to talk to me and I never talked to him. Okay, because I'm really not liking, I will say he's not going to hurt you, but he does have a tendency, he's not a good guy in general, he's not a bad man in general, but to women he's not great, and he's certainly not great for you. He's got a tendency to have a wandering eye. 7 of Swords, as you know, is theft, betrayal, deceit, manipulation, covert behaviors done under the darkness of night. Spirit's saying he wouldn't be good for you with this King of Wands reversed. He would be just not ideal for you. And I think that you're going to see this tonight with this Seven of Cups reversed and 9 of Cups reversed. I hate to say it, but I think you're going to realize sooner than later that he's not an ideal guy for you. I think you're going to realize it tonight. Again, I don't think that he's going to hurt you tonight. But I think he's going to disappoint you. I think there's going to be something that he's going to say, or several things that he might say that just are kind of off-putting and just like that just kind of are just not what you're looking for in a guy. Definitely listen to your intuition here. I think it'll definitely serve you. And we do have this King of Swords upright. Again, I don't think he's going to 7 of Swords you in any way tonight. I think you're going to realize sooner than later, like, yeah, I don't think I want to go on another date with this guy. Like, yeah. I don't. So on the positive side of things, I don't think you're going to get carried away with feelings for this guy. I think, and it sounds like he's tried to talk to you, and you never talked to him, but you've decided to give him a chance, which is totally fine. You know, deciding to give someone a chance, and I don't discourage you from doing that. I think that's important to at least give people a chance, but also to listen to your intuition too. Interesting. So I'm assuming he's probably like a neighbor. He lives close by or something, or maybe he works with you or something. Yeah. Have you known him for a while? You recently met him. Okay. Yeah, I think there's no harm in, giving him a chance. I think there's actually it's positive to give him a chance because it'll help you. It'll like eradicate the mystery behind like, the what ifs. I think you'll just realize pretty quickly like he stays 3 blocks over. Okay. Okay, so he's nearby. Okay. Yeah, I think you're gonna realize pretty quickly like he's not your like type of guy. But hopefully I'm proven wrong. Sorry, I keep touching my eyelashes. Please go ahead and post your second question. Thank you. Someone keeps robbing me. Yeah, I know you were burglarized recently, and someone stole something off of my porch today. I'm becoming afraid. Will this continue to happen? Oh my gosh, Crystal, I'm so sorry. So someone stole something from your porch today. Did you file another police report? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue happening to Crystal at her place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will Crystal continue to be burglarized at her place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue happening at Crystal's current place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue happening at Crystal's current place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue occurring at Crystal's current place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue occurring at Crystal's current place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue occurring at Crystal's current place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue occurring at Crystal's current place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue occurring at Crystal's current place? Thanks, masters and spirit guides. Will theft continue occurring at Crystal's current place? I don't know what to do. I went to the police and did a reversal, and it's the same thing. What do you mean you did a reversal? And it's the same thing. They're not doing. Are they not doing anything? We have the Wheel of Fortune, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands reversed, Knight of Wands, and the Empress. Ace of Wands reversed is telling me no. In addition to this, starting with this Wheel of Fortune, that's telling me that this is going to come to a close. This is not cyclical. This won't be a pattern. But I know that the police can be discouraging, but continue filing reports with them. Don't let this go unscathed. Don't let this go unnoticed. With this Page of Wands and Knight of Wands, there's a lot within your hands that you can do to prevent this. I think you mentioned that you have cameras on your property. I don't know if you have cameras where your front porch is. I would definitely invest in getting like a Ring camera or something like that. Like definitely having the place like it does need to be watched if this. And I know it has happened. You mentioned you've been burglarized, and then today someone stole something from your porch. It's definitely more in your hands. They got over the cameras somehow. That's bizarre. And I think you mentioned also that there was someone broke in through the back door or something, and they evaded the cameras as well. And I don't know what service you were using for the package for the delivery. But yeah, someone stole the package after it was delivered, so I'm sure they have proof that it was delivered. That's wild. Okay, so they somehow evaded the camera. And did you tell the police that? Because what I'm seeing here is that this is definitely like there are steps that you can take to prevent this from becoming cyclical. Obviously, and I think I mentioned this too. I think you asked one night if you were safe, and I said yes. But long term, it's not a safe area where you are, and it may not be good for the long term staying there. I know it's not easy to move. I understand, and I don't know if that's possible for you right now or in the near future. But Spirit is saying no, that this is not a cyclical thing. This is not a cycle. This isn't going to repeat itself. It's not like within your wheelhouse for this to happen. I would definitely look into how ways in which people would be able to even evade camera surveillance. I would research that, look into that, see how people are possibly able to do that. Anything that the police aren't able to question or answer for you, I would look into researching yourself, um, or or even prodding them more than once. You know, if you do have lingering questions or additional questions that you felt were not addressed, don't you know don't be afraid or discouraged to return to the cops and say, hey, I have this, I was just thinking about this. How did this happen? Is there any way you could tell me that how this could have happened? But definitely keeping them in the loop is super important here. Staying super vigilant, as I know you are. Yeah, I think doing some research as to how someone could have actually bypass the cameras would be really advantageous for you, Crystal. And also, I think long term, I think it's probably not a great place to stay there in the long term. So doing some research now, possible other places that you could live, or possible other places that you would want to or be able to live. And getting that ball rolling, hopefully for the next year. But yeah, I don't see this. I don't see this as a pattern. I don't think this is the same person. I just think it's just an unfortunate set of circumstances, and it's a really tough time of year. It's a time of year where crime definitely goes up. I'm not making excuses for the criminals at all, but it's just a well-known fact that crime rates do go up during the holiday times. People feel more desperate to make ends meet. Yeah, of course, Miss Crystal, of course, no problem. Hi, Kay. Life has been good. Thank you. I hope you had a good holiday time. Crystal's making another donation. She has another question she's going to ask, and then you will be next. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. Hi, Nabraze Archie. Welcome. The holidays have been chill. Good to hear. Good to hear. I do have Cashapp. Yeah, my Cashapp is right here. Can this man, Mississippi, help me get rid of these, or should this be my last night talking to him? You mean help you get rid of the guys that burglarized you? Help me get rid of these, or should this be my last night talking to him and keep him at a distance? Oh, okay. You're seeing if he can help. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Mississippi be able to help get rid of the thieves in Crystal's life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would this man Mississippi be able to help get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would this man Mississippi be able to get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would this man Mississippi be able to get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would this man Mississippi be able to get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would this man Mississippi be able to get rid of these crystal's life. Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Would this man, Mississippi, be able to get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Would this man, Mississippi, be able to get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Would this man, Mississippi, be able to get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? Thanks, messengers and spirit guides. Would this man, Mississippi, be able to get rid of these thieves in Crystal's life? And we just received a donation. Thank you so much. From Nabresh Archie, thank you. Let me go ahead and add you here. All right, Crystal. We have 9 of Swords reversed, 2 of Wands reversed, 3 of Cups reversed, 3 of Pentacles reversed, and Strength reversed. No, he's not in a position to do that, Crystal. First of all, he doesn't know who the thieves are. It's not something that he would be able to work on and do. It's not something that he has the power or ability to do with this Strength reversed card. I don't know if it's and I don't know if you mean like his presence as a man keeping thieves away from your house, if that's what you meant by that, because I see that with his 9 of Swords reversed, like a sense like that you would possibly feel safer with a man in the house, especially if he's like big and strong. It might give you I don't want to say a false sense of security, but just an extra sense of security with a man being there. But there's very little that he can do. 2 of Wands reversed, 3 of Cups reversed, 3 of Pentacles reversed, and Strength reversed. There's little to nothing that he would be able to actually do, other than I guess the presence of a man, like possibly scaring, keeping someone away. But I feel these people are really sneaky. If they're able to evade cameras, I think they would be able to evade him as well. That's the problem. I think that's one of the issues here, is he's not in a position, like I mentioned, where he could catch them if he doesn't know them. And I don't think I don't think having him around would, like I said, I don't think it would necessarily stop them. It may keep you feeling a little safer at night. I understand that, but I also don't think that's something that he's looking to do either. That's kind of a big responsibility, and a lot of men do want to like come in and take charge and protect. But we have this Strength reversed card, and so I'm not really getting that energy from him. I don't know if you've already told him about the issues you've been having, but I'm not getting that energy from him. Like, I mean, it's happened to you before when you've been pulled over on the side of the road, your car is not working or whatever, and then that guy offered to help. Like, you know, there's some people that do want to swoop in and help where they see problems, but I don't get that energy from him. It's not to say that he never has that feeling, but he has less of a Jesus complex than a lot of people do. You told him today, yeah. And I don't know what his response was, but what I'm seeing here is that it would give you some sense of comfort with that 9 of Swords reversed, possibly his presence. But if they're able to evade cameras, they'd likely be able to evade him as well. They're very sneaky. They're really good at not letting their presence be known. Yeah, if that's why you're inviting him into your life, I don't think that's a good thing, a good direction there. Because he's likely wanting something different, and yeah, if that's, yeah, that's probably that's probably why Spirit was saying that by the end of the night you'd realize that it's not likely going to work out. But yeah, I mean, I would see how things go. I know you told him today, but you're gonna see him this evening. You can talk about it further and gauge how you see his response. You know, because I'm sure you'll be able to tell in like his facial expressions and such, in his body language, whether you can tell he's like geared up to really want to help you, um, or if he's kind of like laid back, not laid back, but like more of a hands off kind of attitude there. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing there, Miss Crystal. Thank you very much for your donations, love. I really appreciate you. And I hope I brought you some clarity there, and good luck with everything tonight, of course. Kay, my friend Kay, thank you for your donation, Kay. Kay, did you want a 15 card reading, or did you have multiple questions? Find a family member. You're okay, Crystal. Thank you. 15 card general. You got it. Give me one moment. Thank you. Okay. All right, Kay. 15 card general reading. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Ancient masters and spirit guides, please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear at this time. Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear this time. Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear this time. Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear this time. Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. Please provide Kay with any and all messages he needs to hear this time. All right, Kay, we have 9 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, 4 of Pentacles reversed, 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords reversed, 10 of Wands, the Empress, 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups reversed, 8 of Swords reversed, the Hanged Man, 6 of Pentacles, and the Devil reversed. All right, Kay. All right, starting with this 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, and 3 of Cups reversed. I see things being good for you on the home front with this 9 of Pentacles. Things being good for you in terms of finances, especially. Like, even after Christmas and everything, I feel like your finances are balanced. Normally things can be overwhelming after the holiday time for everybody, but I feel like even though you did have, a great Christmas, good holiday time, with this 10 of Wands, it wasn't like you did less of anything this year. You still had a lot of good times and good cheer, and finances were retained, but you may have, I don't want to say like overused, what's the word I'm looking for, like overextended your social battery, your social energies, your energetic, your what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, your social battery basically might be a little drained at this time with this 3 of Cups reversed. I would imagine that you spent a lot of good quality time with friends and family over this holiday season, and there will be more good times to come, but I do also see you kind of taking a little bit of a breather between now and New Year's, which I'm sure I know a lot of people do, just to recharge your social battery there, social energies. And I see someone possibly from your past coming back into your life, Kay. Someone who I think you had some sweet affections for. I think it's a girl, because we have this Page of Cups, and then we have the Empress right underneath. I feel like this is a woman from your past, a girl from your past that you didn't get to solidify things with, but were always kind of left wondering. I feel like there's a girl that's going to be coming back into your life, Kay, and I feel like that mystery of what you never got to have with her, you might actually get to know her better, and because I actually see something possibly starting with you romantically in the not so distant future here. Interestingly, we have this 4 of Pentacles reversed, and then we have the 5 of Pentacles right underneath, and then the Hanged Man. That is a plea from Spirit. That is Spirit asking you to let go of something from your past with this 4 of Pentacles reversed, and to move in a different direction with this 5 of Pentacles, to not be afraid to come in from the cold, to find some warmth, some solace from out in the cold, but to look at things also from a different perspective with this Hanged Man. to it, this might be and also it might be in regards to this person coming back into your life. It might be someone who you thought you didn't have a chance with, or you thought that it was all over. But Spirit is saying that it's really smart to look at this person from a different perspective, because they have changed. They have changed, and it would definitely be in your best interest to get to know them better and give them another chance. We have this beautiful Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles. Yeah, I see a possible new relationship on the horizon for you, Kay. Something that's really going to bring you a lot of satisfaction and contentment, and will definitely fulfill a wish that you had in the past with this Nine of Cups. And we have this beautiful Nine of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles here. Ten of Pentacles being a partnership card, either a romantic partnership or a family card, joy with family members. But I see this as more of a romantic partnership on the horizon for you. One that's equally balanced, an equal balance of give and take with this beautiful Six of Pentacles. One where the person has equal amount of feelings that you have for them, which we know can be so hard to find. And I also see the truth being revealed, some kind of truth ultimately being revealed to you about someone possibly currently in your life. We've got the Seven of Swords reversed, Five of Cups, and the Devil reversed. Again, if you do have some feelings for someone in your life right now, I feel like Spirit is saying now is the time to let go of those feelings for somebody else, because there's someone either returning from your past or someone totally new coming into your life who's really going to who's really is going to affect you in a positive way here. But it may be difficult moving away from this past person, this Five of Pentacles and this Five of Cups. Spirit is not saying that it's going to be easy by any means, but they are saying that in walking away from someone currently in your life, it's going to open a brand new door for a new connection with someone else in your life that's going to serve you much better in the long run. Yeah, they're definitely saying that there's someone that they would like you to detach yourself from currently in your life, or they might not even have, I mean, they've definitely made an impact on you in your mind, but they may not be showing up as much as they should be in your everyday life. But what I'm the main thing that I'm seeing here is that there's a new connection on the horizon, Kay, and in this new connection that's coming into your life, it will be wisest for you to walk away from an old connection that's no longer serving you, or that may be feeling stagnant, like it's not moving forward, it's not moving in the direction you need it to. But yeah, overall, I see one where one door closes, another one opens. It's definitely a message of letting go of something that's kind of been leaving you in suspension. I think I know what you're describing, actually. One reciprocates more than the other. That's precisely that's what I'm seeing here with this Six of Pentacles, is there's this new person coming into your life where that's not going to be an issue at all. And as I mentioned, that can be one of the hardest things to find in a connection with someone, is that equal balance of give and take, where there's not one person who's giving vastly more than another person. And Spirit's saying that there's currently someone in your life where there is an imbalance there, and it's just not serving you. It's, like I said, it's kind of put you in a state of suspension, or limbo, so to speak. And there's this either a girl from your past or an entirely new girl popping into your life who's really going to reciprocate those feelings in a very balanced way here. This beautiful Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the Empress. Yeah. So it's, yeah, when one door closes, another door opens, and it's going to really, this is a much better path for you, even if it might be difficult um, to believe at first. It is really going to serve you in the best way here. A girl from my past I did spend my Christmas Eve with, and it was refreshing. Bingo. She's probably already popped into your life. That's probably her, dude. Yeah. I saw like serious love cards here. It was refreshing. I love that. Yeah, and that's what Spirit's saying is she's different. She's changed. Whatever it was about the past that made things difficult to move forward with her is done. She's grown a lot. She's changed a lot, as we all do. All of us change and grow over time, but it's like one, or like the things that that did concern you about her coming back into your life are no longer, like, you no longer need to worry about. She's really done a huge change, and in turn, her realization of the importance of you in her life has really done a 360 as well. You're very welcome, Kay. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, you're super welcome. And I'm really glad to hear that. Um, she's already back in your life. Bingo. That's fantastic. I love that. Thank you so much. Miss Tina. Tina, thank you for your donation, love. Did you sorry, let's see here. Tina Garcia. Tina, thank you for your donation, love. Hi, Tina. A love reading for C the Taurus. You got it. And did you want this to be a 10 card reading, love? Okay. C the Taurus. You got it. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are C's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Tina? All right, Tina. We have Death reversed, the World reversed, the Emperor reversed, Four of Pentacles, the Devil reversed, Seven of Wands reversed, Four of Swords, Justice reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and Two of Cups reversed. Okay. Did something wrong happen between the two of you, love? Did something happen? Or are you guys on a steady rhythm of communication right now? It's not even the fact that these are mostly reversals, almost all reversals except for two, but it's also some cards are good in their reversed form. These ones not so much. These are all cards that you typically don't want to see in their reversed form. We'll start with your current energies. We have your current energies, so you can tell me where you're at here. But we have Death reversed and Seven of Wands reversed when it comes to C. Death reversed is we are steadily communicating but online at a distance. Okay. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but we have Death reversed and Seven of Wands reversed for your general energies. Death reversed, starting with Death reversed, is usually a feeling that things are not moving forward in the timing that you would ideally like to see them move forward. You feel that things are kind of I don't want to say at a complete standstill, but because I know that there is a distance between the two of you, but it still does leave you longing for something more from him. The distance is difficult, and it does make things difficult to grow and move forward. Yes, I am feeling less patient. Gotcha. How long have you guys been talking at a distance? Because I was in love with someone who lived on the other side of the country about a year and a half ago, and I kind of had to put it to rest early last year, because as much as we tried to make it work, I was putting in more effort, and I just wasn't seeing things work. I wanted to, and then I started dating people locally, and I'm like, oh, this is so refreshing, like actually having someone here. He's been consistent. Okay, almost 2 months. Okay. Have you seen him in 2 months? Have you guys physically seen one another? Because I also see, yeah, you're becoming less patient, and you're starting to wonder if this is worth defending, if this is really worth putting in your energies. He's a slow Taurus. Yeah, that Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving card for sure. All earth signs are the guy I was into, he was a Capricorn. They're very slow as well. Very difficult to just push into something or coax into something, or convince that this would be ideal. I don't know how far the distance is between you, but I do feel like there's a lot that he's not sharing with you. I think there's a lot that he's concealing, that he's keeping away from you. Doubts that he has, feelings of doubt for sure. Because his general energies, we have the Devil reversed and the Two of Cups reversed. He's feeling pretty hopeless, love. It's 2.5 hours. Okay. He's feeling pretty hopeless at this time. He's feeling like, yeah, he's not sharing. Yeah, I was gonna say because if you feel like everything's all consistent and good, there's been a shift that he's not sharing it with you. And I think I got this the last time I read for you and him, and I think you were rather surprised by what I pulled up, which I don't know why I didn't bring it up at the time, but that's almost always a sign that, yeah, someone's withholding some information from you, or they're saying they're putting on a happy face, Foxy's Tarot Oracle messages. Hi, welcome. He's feeling more disconnected. He still feels a very strong pull and attraction to you, but he is feeling like he is having some doubts. The longer he talks to you, the stronger his feelings get, and the stronger his feelings get, the more reality sets in for him. He's not sharing, but he's communicating on an ongoing basis. Okay. And that's the thing, is I think that he's concealing a lot, and I think that he's saying a lot of things, just putting on a happy face where it's not there. Because then we've got this Two of Cups reverse. He's really doubting the connection's future. He's really doubting it. He knows that there's something special between the two of you, but he's really wondering if this is practical or not. And he is a Taurus. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a fellow air sign. So we're not quite, as air signs, we're very idealistic in everything. Earth signs, they're very grounded in reality. And the reality is it's very difficult to maintain a relationship. That's, even if it's just 2.5 hours, unless you have unlimited resources and time, it's hard. It's hard to maintain that. And his thoughts are that, yeah, he's never going to be able to see you. He's very rarely going to be able to see you with the world reversed. And that's one of the most important things in a connection, is actually physically being with the person, seeing the person, you know, being able to share their physical touch. And he thinks that he may need to take some time to, I wonder if I should bring it up to him, possibly, because he's thinking that he may need to take a step back with his Four of Swords. I think he's thinking that you guys need to talk about this, and I think that if you were to bring it up, I don't know if it would like provoke him to start talking, or if he would still stay in his shell. He also might end up doing this thing where it's like, oh, well, you're doubting. Like, he might kind of reverse Uno it and be like, oh, you're doubting that we can be together. Okay, well, then maybe we should take a step back. Maybe we should take a break, and just kind of like take it as like an excuse to like have that break that I think he wants. He wants to take a step back and start reflecting on things, because he's getting deep. His feelings are getting deep, and the deeper they are, the more serious things get, and the more serious things get, the more he gets steeped in reality, and the harder it is to deal with the reality that it's very difficult to maintain something long distance. And because he's feeling very insecure right now with the Emperor reversed, feels extremely insecure, and with Justice reversed is feeling very imbalanced, and as though and there's definitely something that he's not sharing with you. There's a burden that he is shouldering, so to speak, that he's just not bringing up. Excuse me. His intentions, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I don't think he intends of dropping you. Like I said, we do have the Four of Swords. I do think he might want to take a little break or a breather here. I don't think he wants to end things with you entirely, but I do think he needs some space to think about things before moving forward, because he does really value you. And like I said, that the more he talks to you, the more he gets to know you, the stronger his feelings get, and then the more real reality becomes for him. And yeah, as an earth sign, he's just really grounded in that reality. And he does want you to ultimately be a part of his future. He is really drawn to you. I can't stress that enough. But yeah, I honestly, I would bring this up with him. I would highly recommend bringing this up with him. Because it's not like he wants this to end and he doesn't want this to work. I think he does want to find an actual solution. When you are done with this, can I send for another question or 2 minis? You can actually send for another 2 minis now. Every person gets up to 20 cards per turn. So you can donate for another 10 cards right now. We can continue with your turn if you like, Miss Tina. Yeah. We can do either another 10 or 2 minis. Not a problem. Just let me know what you would like to do. Thank you so much, Tina, for your donation. Did you want another 2 minis or a 10 card? Sorry about the noise. Can you answer what C's hidden energy is, i.e. what he is hiding? Yeah. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what is C hiding from Tina? 5 of Swords reversed, King of Cups, 6 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles reversed, and 6 of Pentacles reversed. Did you guys meet like in person, or did you guys meet online? He's hiding his fear of defeat. That's one thing that he's hiding with his 5 of Swords reversed. He's hiding his feelings for you. I don't know how deep he's gotten about how deeply he feels for you, but it runs deep, girl. With this King of Cups, he definitely has a very strong cup of love for you. In grade school, so you've known one another for a very long time. Okay. And you reconnected. Has he expressed how badly he wants to see you? Like it's really intense. With his 6 of Swords, he wants to get in a boat right now, or plane, car, whatever, and see you. He feels just a very strong desire to be with you. But I also see, does he come from a different culture or background? Does he have like meddling relatives? Because I'm also seeing this 10 of Pentacles reversed. This could be either a cultural difference, a family difference. I should mention it to him. Okay, yeah. This could be a family difference, a cultural difference. It could also be an issue with money that he's dealing with right now. This 10 of Pentacles reversed. The 6 of Pentacles reversed is definitely meddling relatives. Okay, yeah. And they really meddle in his love life. Family would be an issue. Yeah, it is. It's a big issue. He's really bound to them in a big way there. And I think that's part of, and money with no job right now. Okay, gotcha. I was going to say, because I do feel like there's a money imbalance here too with the 6 of Pentacles. I don't think he's fearful that you don't have the same strength of feelings for him. I feel like it's more, he's fearful that if you were to find out the real reality of his not desperation, but his issue, his money imbalances right now, you might feel less likely or inclined to want to be with him. That's where I saw that in the previous reading, how he was feeling very, very insecure. He's afraid that he can't give to you what you deserve, not just with a lack of funds, but also in terms of his resources, time-wise, distance-wise. It's as I mentioned earlier, I have seen long distance relationships work, not as often as they don't work though, and it's almost always, from my observations and my own personal experience, when I have seen it work, it's worked with, like, if you have no restrictions in terms of resources, time, money, energy, distance. If you have all the time and money in the world, you can usually make it work if both people are on board. But he just doesn't have all the time and money in the world. And he also, yeah, the meddling relatives is a big thing here with this Ten of Pentacles reversed. They really get involved in his love life, and it's like, yeah, it's very important that he gets their approval, and they're very, very picky, and very particular. So yeah, I don't know if there's like a religious difference. I mean, you would know. There's like a cultural or religious difference that might be also holding him back. But yeah, he's withholding not just one thing, but I'd say quite a few things from you at this time. Yeah. So there wasn't any third party energy with a girlfriend, and last minute on if how to approach him with the hidden energy. I did pick up a little bit on that. Not third party energy with a girlfriend, but there might be someone. I did pick up and I didn't want to bring this up because I felt like I brought it up in the past, to which you said no, there's just no way. But I do kind of feel like there is a pressure from his parents to be with one particular person who has been in his life for a while that I don't think he wants to be with. But I feel like they're pushing him that's possible that they're pushing him in the direction of another person. That is possible. The last minute on if and how to approach him with the hidden energy. Okay, angels, messengers, and spirit guides. How should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? Angels, messengers, and spirits. How should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? If so, how? Angels, messengers, and spirits. Should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? If so, how? Angels, messengers, and spirits. Should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? If so, how? Angels, messengers, and spirits. Should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? If so, how? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Tina approach C about these certain hidden energies? If so, how? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? If so, how? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Should Tina approach C about these hidden energies? If so, how? We have Eight of Cups reversed, Justice reversed, the Hanged Man reversed. Hi, Holly. You did. The High Priestess and Nine of Swords reversed. I didn't see your donation. Holly, where did you make a donation? On PayPal, I don't see. Oh, I do see it, Holly. Thank you so much, love. Let me go ahead and add you really quick. Holly 82. Thank you, Holly. Okay, Tina. Should you approach C about these hidden energies, and if so, how should you do it? Spirit's actually saying that it would be wisest if you don't prod him. If you actually don't bring this up. Spirit is saying that even if you did that, and that's what I was wondering earlier, was like, even if you did try to like prod him for, you know, to get him to talk about this, would he start talking, or would he continue to just be conciliatory? And that's really what I'm seeing, is he would likely just continue not talking. He'd likely just continue to pretend that everything was all hunky-dory, at least right now. Spirit is saying that there would likely be no reciprocation with this Justice reversed card. He would likely be like, no, everything's fine. Like, but it's not. Like, he's really stuck. This Hangman reversed. He doesn't want to tell you everything that's going on because he's really afraid of losing you. That it might be overwhelming for you, that you might not want to go through with all of this. And Spirit's also saying that your intuition is really strong right now, Tina. So if you do feel like there's something in particular that he's hiding, it's likely that you're onto something. There's, you know, he can only hide so much. And certain things are going to slip through the cracks. He might not say something in particular, but you might just notice, like, you know, his breathing gets a little like more intense, like upon asking him a certain question or bringing up a certain topic. But Spirit's saying to ultimately do your best to not worry, as difficult I know as that is, to do your best to not worry about things with this Nine of Swords reversed, because things will come to light. I think that things will eventually come to light. Well, I don't know about that, love. I mean, it sounds like it's been 2 months. I always say 3 months is like that point where like things get serious. And if you don't start talking about serious, you know, where things are at least going by the 3-month point, it's usually not a good sign. And I don't think that you're being impatient here. I normally tell people if they need, like, if I felt that you needed to have patience, I would tell you. I think you have the patience of a saint, girl. I think you have almost too much patience. I don't think that's the problem. I'm fearful that he might never reveal what's really going on. When I did the work in meditation, temperance, and strength came to light. Okay. Yeah, temperance being, you know, that back and forth of communication. That's what I'm fearful that he might not reciprocate or deliver, just out of fear of losing you. And which I can see he doesn't want, this Eight of Cups reversed. He doesn't want you to walk away. But there's also, you know, the realities that you've picked up on, you know, not just with the distance, but family meddling, things like that. He's just not being transparent with things. I'm sure you can sense it with this High Priestess spirit. When the High Priestess shows up, that spirit saying your intuition's a lot stronger than you may think it is. If you do get that spidey sense about something, it's likely you're not being paranoid or overly worried about something. It's interesting that you use that term, that they came to light. Because I always say, like, you know, the truth always comes to light. Um, if you, I would give it another, I mean, you can give it any time that you want, Tina, but if I were you in your position, I would give it like another month. If I hadn't heard any talk from him, any discussion from him regarding where we stood together, regarding where the two of you stand together, if you still haven't heard anything by January 26th, then that's when I would prod. That's when I might, you know, push him in that direction. Be like, hey, we might want to talk about some things. I feel like there's things that we're just not talking about at all, and it just leaves this really pregnant silence between us, where I want to think that everything's fine, but my intuition is saying, like, well, if things were all okay, then things would move in a more cohesive manner. So again, you know, you can give it as long as you want. It can be longer than a month, but I think with it, I know you've known each other for a long time, but the resurgence of things. I say Aquarius season. I agree. Yeah, I was gonna say January 26th is 3 days after my birthday. I'll be returning from my travels on that day as well. And yeah, that's when we're getting into Aquarius season. That's the season of change, and a good time for that. I think ending. That's around the time I ended things with my long distance dude. Actually, was last year, which was hard. It was around my birthday. I remember because I sent him a package for his birthday, which is tomorrow. Good thing for me to remember. I didn't send him a package this year, and he didn't send me anything. Didn't do anything for my birthday. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, that was a big telling factor for me. I like sent him this care package for his birthday and didn't do anything for me. I was like, the ick. Gave me the ick. But yeah, Aquarius season's good for that, love. Thank you so much, Tina. I really appreciate you, and I really hope I brought you some clarity this evening. Nebres Archie. Nebres Archie, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you for your donation. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. You're very welcome, Tina. You're very welcome. Oh, gee, about the guy. Yeah, that was kind of a bummer, but it also was like the answer I kind of needed when I saw that he didn't do anything for my birthday and other people I knew did. It was like, what am I even doing? Spending my energy, spending my time on this guy, and he's not Six of Pentacles. I kept on getting, and that was the thing. I would pull a card for myself every day, like I always do, and I kept on pulling the Six of Pentacles reverse. Like, girl, this guy is not reciprocating. I was like, damn, yeah, now I see it. And yeah, it's tough. It's so tough with the distance. It's hard to just walk away, you know. Nebres Archie, it is your turn. Please come to the chat. Thank you. Nebres Archie, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Nebres Archie, it is your turn, love. Please come to the chat and post your question. Thank you. Nebres Archie, please come to the chat. Thank you. Great, Holly. I was just going to say, yeah, if Nebres isn't here in the next, I give everybody 3 minutes to come to the chat. If she's not here in the next 30 seconds, we will move on to you, Miss Holly. Thank you. Nebrez, please come to the chat. Thank you. Or I think it's Nebreza. Is that it, Nebreza? I think I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. I apologize. Nebreza, you have another 10 seconds. All right, we are going to move on to Miss Holly. Holly, thank you so much for your donation, love. Did you want a 10-card reading, or did you have 2 questions that you wanted to ask? And thank you so much for your patience. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. What are Anand's thoughts and feelings about me? Okay, love, do you want me to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread? Because then we can get all 3, or do you just want me to ask thoughts and feelings? And what is your sign, and what is Anand's sign? Yes, okay, perfect. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what are Anand's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Holly? All right, Miss Holly. So you're a Scorpio and he is a Virgo. Okay. We have King of Wands reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, Knight of Cups reversed, 5 of Cups, Page of Wands, 2 of Cups reversed, 5 of Swords reversed, the Magician reversed, 10 of Swords reversed, and 8 of Cups reversed. Holy moly guacamole. Did you guys recently go through an argument or a breakup of some type? Because there's a lot of pain here, a lot of heartache. We'll start with your general energies. It's not just the fact that they're almost all reversals except for 2 cards. We have the 5 of Cups, not great, and it's upright. We do have the Page of Wands. He just lost his job. Are you guys currently dating? What's the you guys boyfriend and girlfriend? And how long have you guys known one another? I just need a little bit of context here. Because I'm just starting with your general energies. I'm like, oh, babe, I'm sorry, love. This is not. Friends, was hoping for dating. Okay. So I'm looking at your general energies, and yeah, you look very discontent with what's going on. We have the King of Wands reversed and the 2 of Cups reversed. You're starting to wonder, how long have you guys been friends for? I think you're starting to wonder, and I hate this term, I think we all do, I think you're starting to wonder if you're being friend zoned here, if he's I think you see glimpses every now and then of him potentially being interested in you in more than friends, but you're seeing less and less of that. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think you're questioning how true those glimpses may have been a little over a month. Yeah, yeah. You're starting to wonder if it's like, yeah, if he just loves the fact that you love him. And I think we've all been there. I've definitely been there. I hate to say it, I've been on both sides. I've been friends with someone who I wanted it to be more, and it wasn't, but they loved that I loved them. And then I've had guys who have been friends with me where I can kind of tell they want more, but I don't want to give them more, but I still want them as friends. But it's not healthy to keep someone in that limbo, you know. So as I get older, I try not to entertain that. Do my very best to ever allow that to happen, you know. Because yeah, you're questioning this Two of Cups reversed. You're questioning if this really has romantic potential. He pulls back for some reason. Yeah, I definitely see that. And that's not usually the direction people go when they're interested in someone. As I always say, and I have to tell myself this sometimes, love can make the most timid, insecure person move mountains. If someone really wants to be with someone, they'll definitely like do whatever it takes to be with that person. And I just don't see him. I don't see nor feel that energy here. I do feel like there is an interest here in the connection itself, and he does not want to walk away from you. He doesn't want to end this. He is dealing with a lot of life challenges. Okay. And I wish him all the best, dealing with those life challenges. But even so, oftentimes when people are dealing with a lot of life challenges, oftentimes they'll cling to romance, to the comfort of romance. And I don't see him doing that. Well, I see him clinging to the comfort of having you in his life. He doesn't want you out of his life with this Eight of Cups reversed. But he wants and needs things to be entirely on his terms with this Page of Wands in his current energies, which is interesting because we have the King of Wands reversed with your current energies, and I think that's kind of that also might be something you're questioning too. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is like, is this all on his terms? I understand he's dealing with a lot of life challenges, but a lot of people are. And I've definitely seen people going through like really massive life challenges and will try and distract themselves with romance, Maybe that's just not the type of person he is. But his thoughts towards you, we have the Queen of Wands reversed and the Five of Swords reversed. I don't think that he doesn't show me how he feels. Yeah. And how I don't see him. I'll be honest, love. I see that he doesn't have I don't see romantic feelings towards you. His thoughts. We have the Queen of Wands reversed, and then I'll get to this in a moment. We also have the Knight of Cups reversed. I think he values you as a friend, but it's on his terms, and he doesn't want it to go in a romantic direction with this Queen of Wands being reversed. Again, he doesn't want to lose you with this Five of Swords reversed, but he also wants you in his life on his terms, in his conditions. Yeah, he does not feel like he could be your knight in shining armor, at least not at this time, with this Knight of Cups reversed, with his feelings. He's not feeling, at least not, and it could be things that he's going through in his life, but I definitely see that he's feeling very insecure, very out of control in most directions in his life, whether they be energetic, financial, emotional, intellectual. I think he feels like he has very little control over how things unfold in his life. He feels very out of control. So it could just be, yeah, he's not in a place where he's ready to. That's definitely part of it. Is I do think he's not in a place where he's ready to accept love in his life, a romantic partner in his life. Um, but we also specifically asked what his thoughts, feelings, and intentions were towards you, not regarding just his life in general. And this is what I'm seeing. Um, his intentions. We have the Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords reversed. Again, I, it, I don't want to say it's you, um, but at this time, I don't think he feels romantic feelings towards you. It could be things that are going on in his life that are preventing him to having an open heart towards you. Um, but I also, it could just be a matter of a like there just isn't that connection when it comes to him. He doesn't feel that type of way. It feels more platonic to him. Um, he doesn't want this to come to an end. He doesn't want it to come to a close. I see that there's a fear of this, things coming to a close. I do see that. Eight of Cups reversed, Ten of Swords reversed, Five of Swords reversed. He doesn't want things to come to a close. He does like you being in his life, but again, it is leaving him at a place where he's feeling kind of guilty. Five of Cups is guilt, regret, loss. I think he feels a little guilty. I think he feels that he might be misleading you. Well, I don't think he feels I mean, I hate to put it just I'll put it just very bluntly. I don't see him having romantic feelings for you. Um, that could it, again, like I said, it could be a matter of outside forces in his life preventing him from having an open enough heart, enough, to being open enough, vulnerable enough to be in a romantic connection. Or it could just be he doesn't feel romantic feelings towards you. I don't quite know what the issue is, if it's, or it could be both. It could just be a combo of both. He's so closed off that he can't feel romantic feelings towards someone at this time. But I see basically he's fearful of losing you as a friend. He wants you in his life at this time, but on his terms. And it is leaving him feeling, yeah, he does. That's the thing, is he doesn't want you out of his life, but I'm not, but I'm also seeing him not wanting you in a romantic capacity. So, and I know that that's really hard to hear. I can only imagine. It would be hard for me to hear, but I would also want the truth to set me free. I always do want the truth when I'm going to a reader or anybody. I want the truth. And I'm just not seeing romantic or feeling romantic energy. I'm feeling quite the antithesis. It's like he definitely wants you as a friend in his life. And that's where I mean it's like on his terms. I think he knows, I think he's fully aware that you have feelings for him. He can see it. He's aware of it. And I think that's part of what he likes, is he sees that you do have feelings for him. You see something special in him that he is not seeing in himself, for sure. That's for sure. But it's also something to take into consideration. Are you okay with just being friends with him, at least for the time being? Because it doesn't look like it's going in that direction right now. It's something that I would definitely think about. And this is a really gross way of looking at it, but I have a lot of clients. I read for a lot of people. I've been doing this a long time, and it was a question I realized somewhat recently. Would you want to be friends with him if you weren't attracted to him? Do you feel like he's like a ride or die, where it's like he's really valuable to have as a friend in your life? Or are you just keeping him as a friend in your life because you're hoping that it'll turn into something romantic? Because that's really what I'm seeing is kind of like the thing here, is he wants to keep you as a friend. You do? Okay. So if you see a value in the two of you being friends and you don't see it, and I don't know how long you've known one another, because the longer you get to know someone and spend more time with them, the deeper our feelings tend to get. But if you feel that he's worth it just to have as your friend, and you just love him like in an unconditional kind of friend sense, then you've definitely got him as a friend for a long time, if not for life. But I just don't see this transitioning to something romantic. So Yeah, if that's friendship is especially as an Aquarius, that's something very important to me is friendship and long lasting friendships, because oftentimes those last longer than relationships. You're very welcome, Holly. You are very welcome, love. Thank you. Nebreza, thank you very much for returning to the chat. And you've just posted your question. Thank you. Sorry, one moment here. Perfect. How does Jas feel about me right now as we are speaking? Did you want me to do my thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread, or do you just want me to ask how Jas is feeling about you right at this moment? Hi, Nebreza. Yeah, I was just asking, did you want me to do my thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread? Do you want me to ask what his thoughts, his feelings, and his intentions are? Or do you just want me to ask what his feelings are? Because we can answer 3 questions in one, or we can just get into what his feelings are. I don't mind, love. It's your reading. I think you might need to reopen your browser. I think you need to close your browser and reopen it, love, so we can be on the same time frame. Okay, Nebreza, did you want to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions, or just his feelings? Just his feelings. You got it. You got it. And what's his sign and what's your sign? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? You're a Sag, okay? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Jas's feelings towards Nebreza? And he's a Capricorn, okay. Alright, love, we have 8 of Swords, Page of Wands, 4 of Wands reversed, King of Cups, and Knight of Cups reversed. A strange melange of ups and downs here. How long have the two of you known one another? He definitely, it's because okay, it's very interesting. Starting with this, he feels bound. He does feel bound to you, Nebreza, with this 8 of Swords. In one way or another, he feels bound to you. And with this Page of Wands, he definitely is attracted to you. He definitely holds a torch for you. And with this King of Cups, he absolutely has feelings for you. But there is a slight tinge of discontentment and disharmony with this Four of Wands reversed and this Knight of Cups reversed. The feelings and the attraction are there. He does have romantic feelings for you. He is physically attracted to you. He feels bound to you in some kind of way. He feels like he can't walk away from you. There's something about you he can't walk away from, but there's also something that he can't fully give to you at this time. He may, in the long run, with this, we do have this King of Cups, I would say supersedes the Knight of Cups in its reverse form. I can't deny that he does have strong romantic feelings for you, Nebrasa. But he is concerned about a happily ever after with you and how to make that work. I don't know if there could be possible issues between like cultural differences or religious differences that might potentially come between the two of you. We're not really speaking. We ended on bad terms. Okay, so things ended on bad terms. You're not speaking right now. I do think that you guys, I think he intends on speaking to you again, Nebrasa. I know you didn't ask that, but with his feelings, he's definitely longing for you. He knows that things ended on bad terms, but hell if he doesn't want to speak to you again. He definitely wants to speak to you again, is what I'm seeing here. He feels bound to you. He feels still tied to you. But yeah, he does recognize that there were things that were unhappy about how things ended last time. It's been 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't think this is over. I don't think this is completely over. I think that there's going to be I think he's going to reach out to you again. I think there's going to be another shot here. Do I think that it's possible for the two of you to have a happily ever after? But I do see that there are some real issues between the two of you. It's not your fault. It's not his fault. I don't know what the issues are, but they could just be differences between what the two of you are looking for ultimately. But hell if he doesn't have strong feelings for you, love. I can't deny that. He definitely still has a cup of love for you and thinks about you all the time, wants to talk to you again. Realizes that there are difficulties, but I think he wants to give it one more shot. At least he wants to. I don't know if you want to give it another shot, but I think he does. But it takes two to tango. If you don't want to give this another try, you guys both have to be on the same page. So yeah, I do see potential between the two of you. I know that wasn't the question, but I do see potential. I for sure see him reaching out to you again. I don't know how long you guys were together for. 2 weeks can feel like forever when it's not really that long. In the grand scheme of things, when I think of my past 2 weeks, I think, oh, that wasn't forever, but not talking to someone who you're with, that feels like forever, I know. And it's felt like forever for him, at least. It's felt like forever, and I think he wants to reach out to you. Feelings are strong. Feelings are still there. Feelings are still there. So yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, Nebrasa. Thank you very much for your donation, love. I appreciate you, and apologize for the wait. You've been very patient. I appreciate that, and yeah, much love and light to you. Has hidden his feelings. Yeah. You're very welcome, love. Thank you. Yeah, it's been kind of a theme tonight with a lot of people. Is this person is hiding their feelings from you? They're hiding, and that was definitely the feeling I got. Yeah, that's definitely the feeling I'm getting here. Is like he has feelings for you, and you'd probably have no idea, but they're there. Yeah. All right. Let's see, where are we at here? All right, so it's that time of night where I'm going to do a last call for all donations. If you have a question that you would like to have answered, now would be the time to send in your donation, and I would love to read for you. Last call for all donations tonight. Thank you. Hey, Wendy. Absolutely. No problem, girl. Good to see you. Nebres, I never delete my live streams. Good news. I know some readers do. I don't. I literally have all my live streams from like 5 years ago. So no worries. Just make I would make a mental note or write down, don't even like write it down on your phone, like what time your reading was. It'll always be here. Just come back to my channel and just write the date and the time, and you can always reference this reading. Yeah, I won't remove it. Thank you so much, Wendy, for your donation, love. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. I am. I got I have my tickets. I'm leaving on the 5th of January for CDG, and I'm returning from Israel, Tel Aviv, on the 26th. Yeah, I'm really excited. Kind of like I mean, I've been to Israel before, so it's not my birthright trip, but because I'm would I be successful living in London? That's crazy that you asked me that, girl, because I was just talking to my mom last night. We were watching Brit comedies all night because it was Christmas and we're British. I was like, the last time I went to London was my 37th birthday. I'm going to Paris. I should just plan a weekend trip because I'm going to be there alone. I think I'm going to be there the first week. I'll be there alone. I should just take the train to London. That's what I've been thinking about. Thank you so much, Wendy. Yeah, and since you asked that question, I'm like, damn, is that a sign that I need to go to? I think it is. Just go there for the weekend. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. Would Wendy be successful living in London? I know, the train is so easy. It's, you know, it's funny too. I will say, I think the train is actually more expensive than the plane, than taking a plane. I don't think I can live there full time because of the weather, but I do love that city. Yeah, the weather can be pretty brutal. I did have a nice time when I was there for my birthday a few years ago. It was one of those like very cold, crisp January days, but it was sunny all day. It was pretty amazing. We have the Hanged Man, 6 of Cups, Knight of Wands reversed, the Chariot, and 9 of Cups. I think that you'd find success there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Although with this Hanged Man, I would say, and this is something that we've talked about at length between both you and me, or I should say, When I say successful, it may be a revised viewpoint of what success is for you. What you see as success here in the US might look very, very different, likely would look very, very different in the UK. I think that you would feel like you belonged there, almost like you were like me, like British American. Like, why am I not here? Like, do I have like a past? I must have had like a ton of past lives in England, like, because I do feel like you do feel a connection to England and the UK. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel an inherent like spiritual soul connection with the UK, Europe in general, but especially the UK, that you would sense and feel and appreciate if you were to live there. I know the weather can be a B. It doesn't snow too much because of, you know, cities and the heat factor, thermal, the urban thermal temperature or whatever it's called. Doesn't snow too much. Rains a bloody lot though, that's for sure. This Knight of Wands reverse is also, I think, making reference to a revised idea of what success is, that it's entirely within your own hands, but the opportunities are there and you would definitely be able to harness them and take full advantage of them. I'm feeling at this crossroad of what I really value in my life, and it's not climbing the corporate ladder or anything like that. Yeah. Girl, I'm right there with you. It's like part of me is like, I stopped chasing that corporate ladder, and I'm like, do I need to go back chasing it? I go back and forth. But ultimately, I see you really taking off if you were to move to England. Even if you were to like transfer within your own company, I feel like it would be a good move for you. The Chariot being a moving card, making a move. I think living in England would be fantastic for you. And it's also funny. I read for like, I think 2 or 3 people tonight that were from England, and I've been thinking about. I should probably start looking into planning a trip for England now. Actually, now that I've got my tickets all set, I should really look into it now. I don't know why I haven't thought about that, but I should start looking at Airbnbs and stuff now. We don't have an office there. We only have one in Germany. Oh, okay. So it would definitely not, okay, it wouldn't be a transfer. But there would definitely be opportunities for you to take advantage of. And it would definitely satisfy you and bring you happiness and joy with this Nine of Cups. It would definitely, Nine of Cups being a wish fulfillment card. It would definitely fill your cup, so to speak, in terms of what you're looking for in life. It will likely look totally different than what you are looking for here. But it's happiness is definitely yours for the taking. My goodness, yeah, success and happiness are definitely yours for the taking. Happiness for sure, and emotional fulfillment for sure. So it could just be a chance. It could be a matter of you finding a person. I'm not even joking. I would never normally say this to someone, but it could be a matter of you finding a person who really like does it for you and like takes care of you, you know, financially, and wants to start a family. I don't know if you're looking to start a family, but looking at the Six of Cups, it very well could be you finding a different path. It could not. It could be, you finding and starting a family and not having to climb that corporate ladder because hubby doesn't need to, or hubby's doing it for you, or his family already did it years and years ago. There's a lot of old money in England too. I know that. I have a client who paid me £1,000 one night. Just because he was like, hey, can I get a private reading right now? And I was like, yeah, I can do that for you. And and all of a sudden I got a PayPal with £1,000. I'm like, you didn't need to send that much. Are you kidding me? You basically set yourself up for private readings for life. I still want to do my creative side projects, but I need a responsible life partner. Yes, and and I'm not seeing a Playboy, not seeing a Playboy Charles. I'm not seeing a you know who type person. You know what I mean? Like I'm not seeing a Playboy kind of person. That's not what I'm saying. I'm seeing like an actual responsible person. Um, Possible father figure, definitely husband figure. And yeah, no, I wasn't suggesting that they were like irresponsible. Um, Quite the opposite. Very emotionally mature. Um, just not having those financial pressures as strong as other folks. And I'm not saying that everyone who lives in England is old money at all. It's not what I'm saying, or that's the only way for not climbing the corporate ladder. No, there's many other different directions you can go, love. But I do see with that Six of Cups, that's childhood. That's that. And I don't know if you want kids, but I could definitely see you as a mummy, a mum. You'd be a mum. You wouldn't be a mom. You'd be a mum. And your kids would have such a cute accent. I always joked that if I ever did have kids, which is a little too late now, but I always joked if I did have kids, I would raise them in England because holy crap, like I don't think kids are that cute. It's kind of messed up, but I don't think kids are super. I'm more like into cats and dogs. Like I'm one to watch like cat videos really. But oh my god, British kids sound so cute. That is something that's holding me back from London. It's so expensive. Yes, and it's holding me back from even booking like a weekend trip there, which I should just do tonight. Honestly, the sooner I do it, the better. But yeah, the train is so convenient, but I legit think the train is more expensive than taking a plane there. My ex told me our kids can't call me mom. They need to call me mum. Yeah, yeah. It's funny because I don't call my mom mum. I call her maman. Mama, mommy, mom. Because I was raised, American, but not. I mean, I was raised British, but I spoke with an American accent, as I called it, as a little kid. And I remember my family, like my cousins and stuff, always thought it was so cute. Like when they'd hear me talk, they'd be like, "She has this whole ass different accent, like so funny." Yeah, no, I could see some kids calling you mom, love. I could see them. I could see you. And I also feel like British guys are a little more traditional than American guys and European ex guys. Oh, yeah, they loved the accent. Yeah, the accent worked with the cute factor. Yeah. And I can see it because now I see British kids and they're like, "Hello, mommy, do you mind if I have a chocolate?" I'm like, "Oh my god, it's so cute. They're so polite and cute." Yeah, no, I love accent. Little kids with accents, so cute. Dude, and French kids are so smart. They can speak French, yo. Dude, Chinese kids are so smart. They speak Chinese. That's one of my favorite jokes. Did you know how smart these kids are to speak? The British guys I dated definitely were more verbally affectionate. Yeah, and I just think there's just more of a tradition of, they're just more traditional. Yeah, I feel like by and large, I mean, not, I can't speak for every single man in England, but I do think by and large they do want more traditional things, want a more traditional outlook when it comes to their relationships. But I love that. Yeah, they're more verbally affectionate. Well, we did invent the language, darling. We did invent the language. Maybe that's why they're more verbally affectionate. But I love that. Yeah, I can definitely see you starting a family with a British guy. I've never dated a British guy, oddly enough. I love the accent. I think they're so cute, but I think they look at me and they're like, "Oh, another British American girl, great." My exes weren't LA types at all. I can't tell you how many French guys I've dated. It's a little ridiculous, like my list of Frenchies. Weren't LA types at all. They're more simpler with their wants. Yeah, yeah. And LA types are, yeah, it's kind of like here, like good luck. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think Europe in general. They're more simple with their wants. Yeah, yeah. I think that's definitely a European thing for sure. The French are so much more. They are. That's what gets me every time. The Brits are more emotionally constipated. They are. We are so emotionally. That's such a good way of putting it. We are so emotionally constipated. It's so true, and I think that's why I'm so drawn to Frenchies. Is because they're like, the moon is out right now, and we only have so long on this planet, so I am here with you. Let's make love tonight, okay? Whereas like a British guy's like, hey, you up? Like yeah, they've got a harder time expressing how they feel. I definitely agree with that. I think that's why I am drawn to Frenchies because they'll definitely like they're super romantic. I love that. I love that. And maybe it's not right all the time. Maybe I do fall for the ones I shouldn't. But I think I say that I want someone like a French man, but really I like Mr. Darcy types. For real, for real. Me too, me too. I do not like American types, I'll tell you that. Like when I fantasize about a man, well, Don Draper I guess is a New Yorker. I guess maybe a New York kind of man, but like, yeah, no, I'm not. I think in the long term, yeah, I'm thinking more of a Mr. Darcy type. Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of women are, and one of the first couples I knew to get married was an American friend of mine who had dated her British American boyfriend for like 7 years. They like got hitched. They're still married to this day. We got issues. For sure, for sure. Americans definitely we got our share of issues. But yeah, no, this is. Thank you so much for asking this question tonight, Wendy, because it's definitely um, pushed me to want to be more serious about visiting London in the next coming weeks. My mom was like, "Oh, that's so sad. You'll be by yourself." I'm like, "No, it's not. I love my own company. It's not sad at all. Um, as long as it's not too expensive. That's what I need to look into. Um, a reasonably priced Airbnb, and maybe flying might be cheaper. I don't know. I gotta look into that too. But yeah. Well, thank you so much, Miss Wendy. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you, and like I said, I appreciate you asking a question about London because I feel more compelled. That's what I was just thinking too. Yeah, exactly. I just thought that too. I'm like, but all the cost it takes to get to the airport, checking my bag, the time, it takes forever checking in and everything would probably save me some just taking the train. You are very welcome, love. Thank you, Miss Wendy. All right, so we're going to do another last call for all donations tonight. Last call for any and all donations. Thank you. If you have a question you would like me to answer for you, I am here. I don't know, my voice got all wavery there, but I am here. And I'm happy to answer for you. I should honestly get my COVID vaccine like tomorrow. I was supposed to get it a couple weeks ago and then I put it off because I got sick. Now I'm not sick anymore. I think it would be ideal for me before I leave. Last call tonight. Last call, everybody, for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that you would like me to answer for you, I am here. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. And I don't know, I guess I should do a video for this beautiful deck that I got for Christmas, the Couture Tarot. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and it's basically the artist like basically it's couture and tarot together. She did like it's like cut out collages from like Vogue, um, different couture designers, all related to a card. And of course, she the very it even says here, what does it say? It drops Christian Dior's name. He's the last one, so she must know that the reason why Christian Dior, fun fact, became a fashion designer was because his tarot reader told him that he was going to change women's lives. He thought he was going to be an architect. He was, but of dresses. Yeah, featuring imagery from designers such as Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Burberry, Versace, Prada, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and the mystical Christian Dior. Couture Tarot brings your divination experience to life with panache. Yeah, the mystical Christian Dior. He was very mystical. And lucky me, I stumbled upon his tarot scarf. He had like this like tarot like 2 years ago, spring of I want to say 2024 or 2023. He did this whole line devoted to tarot, and like at the last minute, I was able to find the scarf for L'Etoile, the star. And he was I almost said he was a Christian too. He was also an Aquarius. We had the same birthday. He was born January 23rd. So I feel like a very deep affinity with Dior. He was definitely a mystical, magical man. Thank you all so much. I'm going to call it a night. Much love and light to you, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.